Welcome back to the Black Four Horsemen podcast. This is your boy Q. Let me jump on here where y'all can actually see me. Let's see, go here. All right, good. There we go.
Nah,
Yeah,
you just
here you
want
go.
them to see that fly logo. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
2.0, logo 2.0, baby.
yeah. Shout out to the new logo. Hey, full disclosure, AI did that. So hey, everybody hating on AI and Chat GPT, but hey, it can be useful at times. So we appreciate y'all. But yeah, we jumped on tonight. I'm here with my boy Sig. Sig, what's going on, man?
What's
OG.
up, brother? How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. We know we just came off of the Elimination Chamber match tonight, so we wanted to quick jump on and do a quick little reaction to that. Let's see. Let me see. I got the card here. So we saw what just happened at the end of the match, and there was some breaking news in the post show that we'll get to for those that may not have seen it. But we'll get to that. We'll start up to the top. Only 4 matches tonight, which has kind of been the norm here lately, especially in these like I'll say gimmick type pay per views or PLEs where you have matches like the Elimination Chamber or you had matches like the Royal Rumble. So, but this one, the Elimination Chamber match, you had 4 matches. We opened up the show with the women's Elimination Chamber match. To me, that was kind of wide open. Wasn't quite sure who was going to take that one. Rhea Ripley ended up winning that match. So what's listed right now is Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. So, any thoughts on that? See,
Hey, man, I love how they built Raquel up. That,
yeah,
to me, was much needed for her character because, she had been this, shoot, really the third wheel when it comes to females in the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
And, with her being the muscle,
hmm
they really hadn't been utilizing her like they should have or could have rather. So
right.
I thought that was a nice dominating effect. And my girl James, she
Kiana
did,
James, yeah,
man.
showed up.
Hey, I like her. I like her, boy. I like her. I was not too thrilled on. I how quick they got Alexa out of there. So I'm thinking they finna do something with her and Charlotte. So
Yeah. Because right now they both they don't have a path to Mania right now, but you can always start something with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, some kind of feud. Yeah, or just a grudge match. So that's true. So, um, yeah, and of course, we're having Jade there in the suite shooting down, and so I like this. I saw this image here on Twitter. Was so we found as of right now, that's the WWE Women's Championship match, Jade versus Rhea Ripley.
I really can't see that changing or adding. I can't see them doing
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
else
no,
to
I think
that.
yeah,
Yeah, I
this is
think
the
they're
one
gonna
on one
just do
match.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some people say this time. Here, okay, we fantasy book here, so this is what I want to happen. Now, granted, it's been a minute since Rio had a singles championship match. Um, but we still got to get to, in my opinion, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky because she still cannot hasn't beaten Io. So if you put the title on Rhea and we get a Rhea and Io feud after that, then I'm okay with it. What I want to happen, and again, I'm fantasy booking. How long does it take for surgery from a finger? Now that Bianca's had the surgery, because what I want to happen is for Bianca to show up in the match. I mean, I know they do the mask thing, too many times, but she could be masked up. She could come out, and when she unreveals the mask, her and Jay stare each other down, but then she turns and knocks out Rhea. Jay retains, but we still end up getting Jade and Bianca, like almost like Jay's like, I didn't need your help in winning that match. So I don't know. I think Sig, I think you're stuck. But like I said, we're gonna put down my thoughts for the record. But yeah, that's what I want to happen. I think what's going to happen is basically we're going to get the one on one with Jade and Rhea just straight up, and Rhea will probably win that match. So let's switch back to the card here. So all right, so again, I know Sig is having technical difficulties, so we'll get him back on here soon. So, but after that, that's when you win it. So you had the women's. I think he's back now. Uh, Okay, you're back. All right, back.
Man,
Now,
all the times my computer start rebooting.
oh
Okay.
wow, rebooted it. So I'm over now. Did you hear any of the thing I said? Okay,
I heard the beginning of your fantasy booking.
okay, all right. So this is what I'm gonna repeat it just for the sake of you being on the show. So what I want to happen because I had the question: how long does it take for a finger to heal after surgery? Bianca's had the surgery. We got a good, like I said, 6 weeks, and then she's rehabbing. Already, we've seen some video of rehabbing. This is what I want to happen. Um, Jade and Rio's in the match. I know they've done the mask thing way too many times, but we can just pull one more mask figure out. Comes out there. Person takes
No
out.
more, no more hoodies. No
Look,
more
per-
hoodies and masks.
person takes out the mask is Bianca, but Bianca is staring down Jade. And right as the crowd is hyping, she's staring down Jade, but then she fires on Rhea and knocks Rhea out. Jade wins the match. But then we had the feud starts with Jade saying, I didn't need your help. Basically said telling Bianca, I didn't need you to do that to Rhea. I could have beat Rhea by myself. And you can get a Jade versus Bianca match. Even though this is Mania, so maybe it wouldn't be right after Mania. It wouldn't be backlash. We can build up a little bit more because Rhea's gonna want to rematch somewhere in there. Her and Bianca's probably gonna have a match, maybe like on SmackDown or something to ignite that. But
Hmm.
again, that's my fantasy.
Interesting.
Probably not gonna happen, but that's what I want to happen.
Interesting.
So
Interesting. So she would blame Rhea for her finger. She could.
she could, yeah, because that's when it happened. It happened during the match with her and EO at Mania last year. Now, but it'd be more of her attacking Rhea will be more just to spite Jade. It really her she doesn't really have an issue with Rhea. Bianca doesn't, but
Jade either. So
yeah. So well, could be. Now, granted, when the whole thing happened with Naomi, Jade and Bianca never really said much. They just always kind of stirred each other down. So Jade
mhm.
is still thinking did Bianca have anything to do with Naomi attacking her? So you can build up on that, and then maybe
Yeah.
this is confirmation that yeah, I knew you had something to do with that. You just didn't say anything. So
You
I don't know.
just trying to get Bianca back in
I'm trying to get. I am. I'm trying to get Bianca back in there somehow. But again, it's fantasy booking, so anything happens. So let's let's move on. So all
now
right,
what I could see is EO causing Rhea to lose, and they're starting that little feud.
yeah, I can see that.
I can see that coming. Or her hooking back up with Oscar them. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, we still gotta get Rhea and Io one more time where Rhea actually beats her. I don't know where you do that at, whether you do it, it probably won't be WrestleMania, but if you do it at another PLE, Money in the Bank, maybe. I think Money in the Bank is in May, I believe. And then you got, of course, SummerSlam in August.
They might
That's
wait and do that in Paris or something. You know what
yeah,
I'm
one of
saying?
those international shows. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Um, the next match. So now we had the women's chamber match opening show. This is our first singles match next, which is AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the women's IC championship, Intercontinental Championship. So now this is match straight up back and forth. A lot of shenanigans happen when it comes to the referee, which I think is going to lead to something else. Because so AJ Lee ends up tapping out Becky for the third time, and this time actually wins the championship with it.
Hmm.
But they are since I don't remember if it was when AJ Lee first came back or even when she was feuding with when Becky was feuding with Maxine Dupree from the very beginning. Her and that ref, Jessica
Hmm.
Carr, has been having words for months now, and it happened again in this match. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I know now doing a little research. Jessica Carr, the referee, was an independent wrestler before she came to WWE. She went through the whole tryout and everything, and she didn't get a spot as a wrestler, but they needed a referee, so she took the referee gig. I believe is how the story goes. So she has some wrestling experience. We can probably get a Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr match somewhere down the line.
That'd be interesting.
But now, with that being said, we got a new women's IC champion. Now, my personal opinion. Now, y'all know how I feel about Becky Lynch. Becky is not as great as other people think she is, and the fact that she doesn't make people look good in the match. And I think AJ Lee being a little older and not being around as long, she was a little slow during the match, in my opinion. So it was some clunky moments during the match. But my question is now that AJ is champion, who does she defend the title to? I mean, sure, there's a list of women that she hasn't faced in years, but I'm curious about what her first title defense would be
Yeah,
outside of a rematch with Becky.
well, the rematch is at Mania, so you can guarantee that's coming. And you know,
Okay, I can see that. Yeah,
that's because there are no other pay-per-views before Mania, so and I doubt they'll put that on TV. So get them a rematch and maybe throw a stipulation in there or something.
yeah, that does put Becky give Becky Lynch a path to WrestleMania. Yeah, by giving that rematch, I can see that.
So I can see that coming happening. I can see her fighting. Well, they're gonna keep her on Raw though, so Raw really does not have a lot of women, as far more so like SmackDown. SmackDown has a plethora of women,
Yeah,
that you can go and have great matches with, but you got Natty and
yeah,
Maxine and well, I
yeah.
guess
I think yeah,
Alexa, Charlotte, and I guess they on it.
yeah.
Oscar. Yeah,
I would say this now that well, they still can see the women's tag team champions. They float between the two shows. I was about to say now that they'll do champions, but even those champions are still going to float between shows.
hmm
So that would free up that would free up EO, Rhea, also Alexa and Charlotte to kind of focus on an individual title as opposed to a tag, and they can kind of lead the women's tag team champions on SmackDown for a while as opposed to float. Because a lot of times they don't float between the shows until it's getting
Right,
close to a PLE. So on a
right.
regular basis, they can focus on that. So, well, granted, the next match was the World Championship match with CM Punk and Finn Balor. Uh, Finn Balor is in that similar category with LA Knight, where they feel like, are they ever gonna get this man a chance to be champion? Even though now one thing difference between him and LA Knight, he's actually been champion once, like a world champion once. So yeah, did you jump back in? Looks like you had a second spot. See,
Yeah, I'm back.
okay, all right. Let me remove this one.
Yeah, get rid of that one.
All right. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, CM Punk ends up winning. Hell of a match going back and forth with him and Finn Balor. But yeah, they just not gonna give Finn a world title. I don't think anytime soon.
Man, and I hate that, man, because I would love to see Finn in that spot for a while because the boy can go.
Yeah.
He can go. Now that AJ gone, man, he the thoroughbred as far as matches, in my opinion. That
Hmm.
yeah, he's that dude. He's that
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. So but
But where do
again,
he go? Where does he go from here?
well, you notice it was a clean victory. Judgment Day did not get involved. I mean, Finn Balor did not want them involved. They did shake hands afterwards. So I don't know if this is more of a Finn leaning toward babyface, and maybe at some point he gets kicked out of Judgment Day, and you can start up a feud with all of them. If the Judgment Day jump Balor to kick him out, then you got at least the three. Well, I think you got Dom, JD, at least those two. Of course, he's not gonna do anything with the women in this in
Mm-hmm.
Judgment Day, but yeah, you can have those two back to back feuds, and then he can start
Mm-hmm.
moving on. Now he would be. I understand it'll be maybe a letdown for him to go after one of the mid card titles. But I'm trying to think well, Dom's the Intercontinental Champion over there, so he could go after Dom's
Mm-hmm.
IC title.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Put them
So
at Mania.
right.
Put them at
So
Mania. That'll be a good match. I
yeah.
think, cause my boy Dirty Boy is on the road. Boy, he on the
Oh
road.
yeah. Yeah. And see, what people not
He on
talking
the road.
about, Dom is slick hurt, but he
Yeah.
has but he's still been on TV, but haven't been wrestling, giving him time
Mm-hmm.
to recover and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
look out for that. And the first I guess it would be the first surprise of the night. What's in the box? So the crate comes out. Now, there was rumors out there about this one individual. Now, I will say this. I am a casual AEW fan. The person that came out of that box was a former AEW superstar. People thought it was going to be Chris Jericho, but it was Dan Housen. Now, I again said you gonna have to educate me on Dan Housen.
I cannot.
I know of him, but I didn't really. Yeah.
I am an AEW guy. I love AEW. I watch AEW. But even when he was with AEW, I did not understand his purpose. So, and I'm gonna say the same now. Get him out of here.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Now, do you automatically put him in the category with R-Truth and
Of course,
like Santino Morello, the
course,
show?
of course.
So
But
so.
I thought Vince had came back because that's a Vince move right there. I mean, all the hoopla, the vampires come out. It's like, what in the what?
Yeah.
Give me my 2 minutes and 13 seconds back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Dan Housen don't put that thing.
Yeah, they see him. They see him doing something. Go look at. I just did a refresh on Twitter, and the man got a T-shirt and everything. Let me see.
Really?
Let me add it to here.
They done gave the man a T-shirt already.
Already, yeah.
Oh yeah, well he there for a while then.
Where did I say that?
Oh wow. Okay then. Oh, Dan Housen.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's gonna be there for a while. Now, I am kind of curious to where what they do with him, what they but yeah, interesting. But anyway, Dan Housen was in the box, so disappointed for the Chris Jericho fans who thought Jericho was gonna be in there. That's the AEW former AEW superstar that I thought was gonna be there.
Hey man, look. If he can get in WWE, there is still hope for anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's hope for anybody. Just don't burn any bridges. You should be good. One thing I should have said while we was on the subject. Let me backtrack. With Punk beating Finn Balor, now it's official. We have Punk and Roman at WrestleMania, which ideally would be the main event of night 2. So yeah, that maybe as of right now is locked in, and I say that because that's also going to trigger our main event of tonight, which was the men's Elimination Chamber match. Now, first of all, because he was the first person out there.
Yeah, man, go on. Let's talk about it.
Trick Williams is a bona fide superstar right now. Now, I understand if you don't want to put the world title on him, but this man needs a title like tomorrow. Because
really? Does he really?
Okay, he doesn't need one.
Okay.
But it would be very beneficial just to show that, okay, as the WWE, we see this guy, we see what y'all doing as a crowd, how y'all reacting to him. Let's give the crowd something by putting him in the championship reign.
But have they ever done it like that?
No, they haven't. But
LA Knight was hot as fish grease.
Yeah. And
Braun Strowman was hot as fish grease.
I mean, you can go all the way back to Ryback when him and Ryback killing folks. And everybody thought
but they did put a title on Ryback though.
They did, but he should have won the world title. That's what him and CM Punk were feuding.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So
yeah. Hopefully they will learn. Triple H will learn from some of the past crappy moves that were made for the folks that were hot. And I know you watched the unscripted thing, whatever, Unreal. Yeah. And Heyman was like, he was talking about somebody. He said, "Man, that guy is hot." He said, "You got to put a rocket on him while he hot." I can't remember who it was he was talking about. I think it was LA Knight he was talking about.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But, he said, "Man, he hot." No, he was talking about Penta.
Oh yeah, so was.
He was talking about Penta. So, and that's a nut move, man. I would have loved to seen Penta in the chamber to see what he could do in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got a lot of mid-card talent that can change the game if they move them up. So the future looks good for them folks, man. So, but Trick came out there, man, pumped the crowd up, man.
Yeah, and he got a little change to his interest where he was on a little spinning thing with the light shining down on him. So, yeah, they making small improvements every week, so we're gonna look out for that. But Trick Williams is a superstar. So now, as Elimination Chamber, and I should have mentioned this during the women's match, but you have 4 people in the pod, 2 people start out. I was surprised that the 2 that started the match was Cody and Javon Evans. Shout out to that ring announcer calling him Javon Williams. But I think going back and looking at it, I think what he tripped up at is that Trick Williams is from South Carolina, Javon is from North Carolina. So he's saying Carolina right at the end before he says the name. I think that threw him off. So he was thinking South Carolina, Trick Williams, North Carolina, Javon Evans, and mixed it up, called him Javon Williams. But well, shout out to Michael Cole for correcting him though. I just figured they're gonna let that slide like we didn't.
Yeah, we gonna let you have that one too.
Yeah.
But that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Yeah. But they did some hella spots in that in that chamber, man. Logan Paul.
And I'm glad you said that because now, granted, I was watching this because I was eating dinner as I'm watching this, so the food coma started to sit in right during the main event. So I'm telling you what, I saw. Now I'm gonna tell you the true tree. I saw Javon Evans get pinned. I don't know what move he did to get to pin him, but saw him get pinned, and we'll talk about it in a second. I saw him get pinned, and then my eyes opened, and it was Randy Orton and Cody left. So I missed all of it. Eliminated.
That man missed the whole.
I missed the whole main event. But I heard just from our group chat and everything. So what move did Logan Paul do?
It was a move I had never seen before, and he did somewhere he flipped him up, and his neck was
try to drop him down. Yeah,
man, his neck was this close to looking like it would have been just broken too.
Oh, yeah,
man. I said, man, that boy don't never need to do that move again ever in life. Because I don't know if he didn't get a full rotation, or I don't know if that was just because Javon is so limber. I don't know if that was the way he just did it, but I was like, man, that dude don't never need to do that one again, man. Right. Oh, MG.
And I think
it was nice though. Yeah. If it would have went, if he would have. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back tonight and look at that part because honestly, the masked man showing up is what I guess the reaction of the crowd is what woke me up. It's like, so when I woke up, I saw the masked man and I saw Randy and Cody. I was like, damn, I done missed like 3 eliminations because I didn't see LA Knight get pinned and I didn't see Trick get pinned.
That's all I can say, man.
Yeah. So anyway, as I said, so I fast forward to it. I mean, as we get to the end, it's down to Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes. Go ahead.
You cannot not talk about Logan Paul getting 3 eliminations.
See that I didn't know. Again, so he eliminated 3 people.
He eliminated Javon Evans first.
Yeah.
Then he eliminated Trick.
Okay.
Then he eliminated LA Knight.
Okay. See, I missed all that. So
now, mind you, he eliminated Javon with that flicked move we talked about. Yeah. So then Trick, he got hit with the crossroad. LA Knight move. He got one of them. I think it was LA Knight move. He got hit with him, and then he threw LA Knight. And then he pinned him.
Okay.
And so that's how he got him. And then I think Cody hit him with a cutter. And then he did the same thing with Cody.
Okay.
And then he got the pin.
Okay.
But like Michael Cole said, man, I don't care how he got it. He eliminated 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, that is true. So you got to give it to him, man. Got to give it to him. People be hating on Logan Paul. And I know even Joe said, man, he a waste of space. But you got to give it to the boy, man. I didn't think he was going to last it long. I did.
Right. And he's improved since he first arrived. So, yeah, you got to give him credit for at least sticking it out. and learning and continuing to grow. So, but now again, that leads to what I was saying: Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Another the Masked Man showed up again. We saw a reveal on SmackDown, which I think was just a curveball to throw people off because another Masked Man showed up tonight, attacked Logan Paul while the cage door was open. With Trick Williams, I did see Trick kind of getting wheeled out of there.
I knew it. I knew something would happen when it took him so long to get up out that cage.
And look, people forget. I think I mentioned in the group chat. This was just last year when Jay came back because the door was open and attacked Naomi, and that's how that set up that whole feud. Because so that was just last year. So anyway, the Masked Man attacks Logan Paul, pulls off the mask, and it's Seth Rollins. So I don't know if this was the original plan, but with Braun Breaker getting hurt and Bronson Reed now hurt, I don't know if I don't know if Seth is fully back, but I mean he's healthy enough. I'm assuming to be able to come out there and reveal himself. He still has a while to before he has to wrestle a match. If you're looking at 6 weeks before Mania, he can go without any physical contact until the end to give him more time to heal.
And when they played the replay of it, I watched, and I did not see him use his arm at all. So he can do without. So right. I think he well enough, because if he wasn't well enough to be ready for Mania, he wouldn't have been out there.
Right, that's true. He wouldn't.
So
So anyway, Logan Paul, the Masked Man eliminates Logan Paul. Now you're down to the final two, which I thought would be the final anyway. But again, I think most people thought Cody would win. But when you get down to the last two, Drew McIntyre, again, the door's still open. The refs need to do a fast job of closing the door. But with the Elimination Chamber door still open, Drew McIntyre interferes, attacks Cody, beats Cody down. That upsets Randy. Randy goes and RKO's Drew McIntyre, and then
I saw
Cody
that
Rhodes
one
coming.
I saw it coming when Randy was like, "Yeah, do it." I knew he was coming, and he popped him good. And so now, the after effects of that, because they were talking about Cody was all dejected in the back, going to the back from the ring, and then they fast forward.
Yeah. So because of that, Randy ended up getting RKO'd Cody Rhodes too, with him being distracted with Drew. So Randy wins the Elimination Chamber. He gets the main event match at Mania. So with him being upset, basically the show goes off with that too. So that's what we assume it's going to be the other championship match at Mania. But then some news happened on the post show, and I'm gonna let you talk about that real quick. Say while I do something real quick.
So after that happened, Nick Aldis comes out, and he said, "Yeah, Drew, since you want to come out here and you want to be talking, you want to be interfering in these matches, you don't want to stay at home, I'm going to give you Cody Rhodes. It's on SmackDown Friday night." Now, I have a problem with that.
Okay.
Because how does Cody get a match and Fatu has not got a match yet?
So here's the thing, because again, I mentioned this in the group chat. I still think that match at Mania is going to be a multi-man match, whether it's a 4-way, a 5-way, 6-way, whatever. So that way, because I believe Jacob's going to get in that match somehow, Jacob Fatu. I think Sami Zayn's going to get in that match somehow. You still got Cody with Randy winning and Drew back. That's 5 people right there. So you got Drew, Randy, Cody, Jacob Fatu, Sami Zayn. You can do a fatal 5-way or add another person, make it a 6-pack challenge. But I think that match is going to be a multiple match.
Look, man, them a lot of people in there.
Yeah. And so all you got to do is come SmackDown with the rematch of Cody. Maybe Jacob Fatu gets involved with that. That throws a monkey wrench in that plan. And then maybe in the effort of Sammy thinking he doing good by coming down and saving the day, he may accidentally fire on Drew too, or hit Cody by mistake, and now you got a brawl. So it can happen. I think that's what's going to happen, but we have to wait till SmackDown to find out.
What do you think they building with Sammy?
A heel
Because
turn, I think.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
It's getting to be very interesting. Or they might flip it and do a. If Cody wins the belt, Cody fights Orton.
mm-hmm.
One of them turns heel at Mania,
Mm-hmm.
and you put Fatu and Fatu has got to fight Drew.
Right.
It's just inevitable.
And well, here's the thing, and that's another little monkey wrench in there. Now, Drew is still saying that he was not the one that attacked Jacob Fatu back when he left and had his teeth knocked out. So if you do have a separate match, and yeah, say we keep it, okay, let's say Cody beats Drew on SmackDown. You have Cody, Randy Orton, and Mania. I think, and I've seen this, somebody else mentioned this before. I think we're gonna find out that Sami Zayn was the one that attacked Jacob Fatu. He also attacked Jey Uso last week on SmackDown to get him out of the Elimination Chamber match. So that's be Sammy's heel turn. You can end up having Sammy and Jacob in a match, and then So if you don't want to put Jacob in that feud with McIntyre right now, with the title on line, let's swerve a little bit, have him focus on Sammy, and then once that's done, he could come back to Drew.
Or there's like it's gonna be interesting. Actually, SmackDown had gotten a little boring, so I don't know if they flipped the script or whatever. But now SmackDown is hot. They hot again, in my opinion. So it's gonna be interesting.
There's ebb and flows, it's ups and downs. Because I was telling the coworker this, but he's talking about SmackDown is boring. He said, well, there was a time when at the peak of the bloodline, when SmackDown was a show and Raw sucked. Now Raw is a little better than SmackDown is sucking, so it goes back and forth.
So it's going back and forth. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes down. And then, so it look like we're gonna be wrestling all night because now they got the AAA thing getting ready to come on.
Cause I didn't realize that was on.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I love watching them. It puts me in that AEW mode, man. But I'm trying to figure out something. Where does Omos come from in Lucha Libre? I just don't get it. Help me understand. But hey, it's whatever they. Hey,
they doing something with it. So yeah, I think he's more like a bodyguard type thing for the people. So that first opening show where he had him attack that little midget. So whatever however months ago that was. So, but yeah, but that'd be on probably in the background as I mentioned my food coma from earlier. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be going to sleep here.
That man gonna be asleep. That man said my food coma.
So basically the show wrapped up with that championship match set up for SmackDown. So any breaking news, anything else that happens between now and Mania, we'll probably jump on to discuss it. But appreciate y'all jumping on and catching this recap of the show. We're gonna get up out of here. So again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click the notification bell so that you'll know when we go live and when we post videos. So again, appreciate the support. Appreciate y'all joining us. So that being said, we're out. Peace.